for joining us. I'm Kristen Joe.
And I am Cameron Word.
Okay, Cameron.
Yes.
What's going on?
Well, I have a little bit of sad news.
Sad?
So I have like a favorite pen.
Yes.
And this pen, I love pens. I love pens. I love notebooks.
I love pen. Me too.
Stationery.
Likewise.
Yes.
I love it.
Anyway, I have a favorite pen
Yeah.
in my favorite color. And it has one of those clips.
Yeah.
You can clip the
it.
pen onto like a pocket.
Yeah.
But that clip just broke right before the show.
And that makes you very sad.
Well, when your favorite, like any favorite item that you have,
It's true.
when it breaks, it's just kind of like, I should have treated you better. I feel like a bad friend who has just like treated a friend badly.
Now, I know that, Cameron, you have like 40 different pens
I
that
do.
you carry around,
Yes,
right?
I do.
I mean, I have like maybe 5.
Yes.
But you're quite the pen aficionado.
Aficionado.
Yeah.
Yeah, aficionado is, guess someone who is a hobbyist, an enthusiast, someone who really likes something very specific.
Right. So I'm very sad about your pen.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll have enough energy for today's dialogue.
I'm sure I can power through.
Okay. All right. We are joining a high-end gym this month, and today is the last of the, series.
Yes.
Your results are amazing.
Yeah.
So what results are we talking about?
Body results.
Yeah.
You've exercised for what it seems like a month, or a few months now.
Yeah.
And you have achieved the body that you wanted to achieve.
Is this realistic?
I mean, if it were 1 month, that would be a little hard. But, if you work out hard for a few months, you can really change your body.
That's true. I think if you go over that hump, you can.
Over that hump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So here are some expressions that we're going to cover. If something turns out to be something, what does that mean?
If something turns out to be, what you're saying is that this result happened or this result was discovered.
All right. Put one through one's paces. So paces is spelled P-A-C-E-S.
Yes, to put through the paces, put through one's paces. That means to test someone, to challenge them, to put them through a lot of hard things to see what they can do.
Oh, okay. And finally, kick into high gear, G-E-A-R.
Yes, when you kick into high gear, it's whenever you're going into full speed or full intensity.
Okay, great. Let's go ahead and listen to our gym dialogue.
I have to tell you, I'm impressed with your commitment to fitness, Liz.
This has turned out to be the best investment I've ever made.
Your personal trainer said you've been putting her through her paces. Isn't she supposed to do that to you?
Yeah, I guess so. But after the first month, I decided to kick it into high gear.
Your results are amazing. If you ever decide to become a personal trainer, let me know.
All right, let's take a look at the power dialogue. It starts out with Gordon saying, I have to tell you, I'm impressed with your commitment to fitness, Liz.
Okay, so we've got a lot of things going on here. First of all, we have our power pattern.
Yes.
I have to tell you. Now, this is our pattern. Do you have to really tell somebody?
It's not like an obligation, I must tell you.
Yeah.
But what you're saying is there's something I want to tell you, and I can't not tell you because I want to say it so much.
Okay,
I
really
cannot
wanna say
resist. I can't resist the urge.
So
I have to tell you.
So the urge or your desire to say it, you just can't control it. You have to do it. Okay. I'm impressed with your commitment to fitness, Liz.
Yeah.
So he's saying, like he feels, well, you did really well, and he wants to let her know.
Yeah.
So he's impressed with her commitment.
Yes.
So commitment.
So commit and commitment is talking about keeping a promise that you have made. In this case, we're talking about Liz's promise that she will do a lot of work in the gym and she will work for a long time.
Right.
So when she's committed to the gym, it's saying that she is going to it loyally, going to the gym regularly.
Right. And this word commitment is not only used with your fitness goals, but it can be used in a relationship where there's commitment between two people, their desire to be together, or commitment to your work.
Right.
You know, many different aspects. Liz says, this has turned out to be the best investment I've ever made.
Yeah.
So if A turns out to be B, what does this mean?
It's like saying in the end or in conclusion, but it's often used whenever the end result is either something you didn't expect or something you just didn't know about.
Right.
In this case, because she's saying that the gym turned out to be the best investment, she's saying that I didn't know how much of a benefit I would get from the gym, but I did receive a lot of benefits.
Right. So, like you mentioned, something unexpected. So maybe you had high hopes or high expectations, but it turned out to be, disappointment.
Right.
So it can go either way.
Right. The end result can be positive or negative. And it's not that there's so much surprise. It's maybe that you just don't know, and it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's the end result.
Yeah, it turned out to be okay.
Yeah, it turned out to be fine.
Fine.
Not to be a problem.
Right.
Yeah.
So what does Gordon say?
Your personal trainer said you've been putting her through her paces. Isn't she supposed to do that to you?
Okay, so the personal trainer said that you've been putting her through her paces. Now, this is a little confusing.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, let's just quickly talk about putting someone through one's paces.
So to put someone through their paces is to make them work hard, to challenge them. This, I don't know if it's the origin, but it makes me think of like in the army.
Yeah.
Whenever the captain is making people march at a very fast pace to challenge them, to make them stay together.
It's like 1, 2, 1, 2,
1, 2, 1, 2.
1, 2, yeah.
That would be putting people through their paces. So now we use it when we're talking often about training or educating someone in a challenging or difficult fashion.
Okay, now, in a typical situation, it would be the PT, personal trainer, who would put their client through their paces. But Gordon is saying it's the opposite.
Yeah.
So what are they saying?
So, yes, like you said, usually the teacher is making the student work hard.
Yeah.
But here, the student is making the teacher work hard.
Right.
So maybe it's one of those annoying students. It's like, teacher, you said we were going to have homework. Did you forget about our homework?
Yeah. Teacher,
you said this on Wednesday. Now you changed your mind. It's Friday. Are you sure? Teacher. It's those type of people. That's what they're probably meaning by putting the personal trainer in, putting her through her paces.
Okay, so basically what's happening here is that this person, Liz, is doing so well.
Yeah.
It's like she's making the PT work harder.
Yeah, she's challenging the personal trainer.
And what does Liz say?
Haha, yeah, I guess so. But after the first month, I decided to kick it into high gear.
Okay, so the first month was, kind of normal. But then they decided to kick it into high gear. So when we think of gear, we think of like car, gears, when it was like manual, right?
Yes.
So what does this kick into high gear?
If you're kicking something into high gear, it means that you're making something go faster or more intensely. So like with a car, when you're shifting gears, you're shifting so the car can go faster. In the same way, if you're doing exercises, maybe you were going at half speed, now you're going at full speed.
Okay. And that's why Gordon says your results are amazing. If you ever decide to become a personal trainer, let me know.
Wow, I am jealous of Liz.
Liz is quite the...
go-getter.
Yeah.
A go-getter, of course, being someone that is very enthusiastic, works very hard towards a goal.
That's right.
Goal.
All right, let's go ahead and listen to that dialogue one more time.
I have to tell you, I'm impressed with your commitment to fitness, Liz.
This has turned out to be the best investment I've ever made.
Your personal trainer said you've been putting her through her paces. Isn't she supposed to do that to you?
Yeah, I guess so. But after the first month, I decided to kick it into high gear.
Your results are amazing. If you ever decide to become a personal trainer, let me know.
Please join us on pages 154 and 5. It's time for Power Note. So if A turns out to be B, it means that in the end,
Yes.
you discover eventually something.
Yes.
Okay? What were those strange noises you heard the other night?
It turned out to be a pigeon in my attic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a really useful expression when you're trying to figure out something. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, what's that noise?
Huh.
Or who's that person?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that strange looking
who's
person.
the person?
Right.
Oh, it turned out to be the owner of the building.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that, where you are finding the result of they were always that way, but you didn't know what it was.
Okay. The story about the millionaire leaving his money to his cat turned out to be a rumor.
Ah.
So it turns out to be a rumor. Oh, did you hear? Did you hear da-da-da-da-da-da? But then later you could say, oh, it turned out to be a rumor.
Yeah, it turned out to be a lie.
A lie.
Mm.
Or it turned out to be true.
What? I thought that was a ridiculous story.
Yeah, I thought that was a rumor.
Yeah.
Right. So when you think it's a rumor and then it turns out to be true. When you think something is true and it turns out to be a rumor.
Yeah.
That's how you can work it.
Or, you know those like movies where like a husband and wife get married?
Yeah.
But then the husband turns out to be a criminal.
Okay, so, or there's this movie that I saw, and he, you know, in the beginning, he's this ordinary guy, you know, just like living life, you know, and then it turns out that he was like this high functioning CIA agent, and he knew how to like fight and do combat.
Like Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Kind of.
Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie?
Kind of. Okay. So it turns out.
Yeah, there's like a reveal.
That's it. Like there's a curtain, and it's like the curtain opens, and it turns out that
ta-da! And it's not like it comes out of nowhere. For example, you could say like, "Oh, we went to the music festival," but it turned out to be a bore.
Yeah.
It turned out to be so boring. We went there expecting it to be exciting, and oh gosh. The singers weren't that good.
Right. So a common usage for this is that there's something, A is like, oh, you're expecting something, and then it turns out to be disappointing.
Right.
Kind of the opposite. Oh, it was true. Oh, I thought it was true, but it turned out to be a lie or a rumor. So there's something going on with that A and B.
Yes.
All right. Now, if you put one through one's paces, it means to test them, to see how much they can do, to challenge them. Okay? That was the hardest soccer practice of my life.
Yeah, the new coach really put us through our paces. So this is the new coach. Maybe run this drill, do this. I don't know sports. They do something. They run on the field.
They do some sit-ups.
They kick
push-ups.
the ball.
Okay.
But they're doing a lot of different things because the coaches, trying to make them probably pass out.
That's what you think.
Yeah.
To pass out? Okay. Well, they're trying to make sure that their players are fit and in good shape.
Yes.
So you can definitely see any coach or teacher or someone of authority putting their students or their players through their paces.
Yes.
Okay. Here's another example. Randall put his racehorse through its paces.
So with the racehorse, obviously running, maybe there are other training methods to make sure that in every possible way, the horse is as fit as possible.
Right. So, now could you possibly say, like, your boss is doing that? Or is this more of, like, a kind of a physical activity involved?
I would say the image is very physical.
Yeah.
But I do think that a boss in a business could put the intern through their paces or put the subordinates through their paces.
Right.
Where they're making sure they do
Yeah.
everything and work very hard.
Yeah, yeah. So I definitely think that in the world, in the game of sports,
Yes.
coaching, in the army,
Yeah.
where you've got your captain putting the, I don't know, what is the order of the army?
I don't know. Captain,
Privates.
private, lieutenant. I don't know.
Oh, there are a lot of names,
Yeah.
a lot of ranks,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
If I was going to say this in the classroom, maybe it's like those old style English teachers
Yes.
that are like, say the be verbs, go, am, is, are, was, were, being, been. And then what are the prepositions? To, in, at, or where they're doing all those exercises to drill it into them. Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you kick something into high gear, it means to increase the speed or intensity.
Yes.
Like how much you're going to do. I think it's going to rain in about an hour.
Let's kick it into high gear and finish putting the roof on. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Woof.
That roof, if the roof is not on your house...
Oh, that's another big problem.
You're going to have a lot of leaks, yeah.
The concert kicked into high gear when the band played their song Anthem to Summer.
Yeah.
So a performance of some kind can kick it into high gear.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. So that would be where the energy and intensity of the music, maybe the speed of the music, really gets going.
Let's give just one quick example of kicking something into high gear.
Well, if you are, let's say you're in the gym and you're doing a cycling class.
Yeah,
And they start out kind of maybe a little difficult, but not too bad. But then the instructor's like, okay, double time. And they turn the
increase
song up
the speed, double the speed.
Yeah.
No.
Push up the resistance. It's time for hills.
Yeah. No cycling class for me.
Yeah.
No. Okay. All right. Power pattern. I have to tell you, which means I really have the urge.
Yeah.
I have the desire.
I
want to share this with you. Okay. I have to tell you, I've been a big fan of your movies since I was little.
I have to tell you, the pictures I'm going to show you are not pleasant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that second one's a little bit kind of like a warning.
It is.
I probably should tell you this in advance.
That's right. So just to let you know. All right. Commitment is our power vocab on page 156. It's kind of a pledge or promise to do something. So there's a definition. Do check that out. Let's go ahead and thank our sponsor.
한국토익위원회에서 취업과 승진을 위한 토익 스피킹 응시권을 드립니다.
And please